Well, I think that it's a question of we've always done it this way and it's worked, so why fix it when it's not broken? But what's happening now is we're seeing people at the C-level suite, CEOs, CFOs, saying, well, traditionally, if I wanted 5,000 books and I get a better price at 8,000 books, you know what? I'll take those 8, send my 5 out. I've got 3,000 sitting in a warehouse, but how many jobs do you do that for? Then it sits in the warehouse. You've got obsolescence sitting on a shelf. You've got real estate costs, facility costs, manpower costs, taxes costs. And they're now saying, if I print on demand and not worry about the back end, I'm saving millions and millions of dollars with taking my warehouse out of the picture and supplying my customers, whether it be the student bookstore, whether it be the customer, or to whatever state they're storing those in for distribution locally. And that's what we see a lot of these people saying, you know, I never thought about it that way. And what's happened from where it was good enough, now it's gotten to the point where it's, wow, this is pretty good.
We've been trying to convince many publishers to go that route for years. Like I said, our first inkjet web was early 2000s, and it was like beating your head against a wall for a lot of years. It really wasn't until probably 2010, I mean 2008, where the economy started going to hell, really helped us a lot because publishers were kind of forced their hand to do something. And that helped us tremendously as far as our growth is concerned, because they got the picture. We're willing to listen to the statistics and do the math and really kind of see the difference in how much money they could save by not overprinting. We do a lot of front end and back end titles, and we'll do the longer runs as well. But majority of our customers, we can get full life of a title from beginning to end.
We're finding it's broader than just one or two things. Starts with IT. They don't have the infrastructure to be able to what they call a handshake with another provider. They don't have the internal structure to be able, or time to be able to hand off the files. So I think it's a combination of a lot of things, and then it may be the top management doesn't want to embrace in it. So we found that there's a large gamut of reasons why. And I think at the end of the day, it just comes down if a company embraces it, or not. And you can't, we can't say that we just lead all the horses of water and let them drink. I mean, everybody knows the fad out. Everybody knows that POD is what we do. Everybody knows that you got little PG doing their thing and whomever else doing theirs. But I think in order to turn their ship, it's far more complicated than what we give them credit for. So at that, we just try to stay compassionate with their expectations and what it is. They know what we can do. When I say we, a lot of printers. But dollars and cents still speak at the end of the day. Me personally, I think that there's a couple contributing factors to that to be able. I think it's definitely in the best interest of all publishers to get to a zero. I think the generations that's growing up are going to require that people are not pulping thousands of books. I think that that's going to be the deciding factor. I mean, it all goes with the quality of just to touch real quick on just the quality of inkjet opposed to my iGen. I lost a lot of work a year ago to inkjet, but that work's come back because of quality. So I think the market's going to drive it all. I think people will drive it all. We're working on things right now with other publishers to be able to divest and being able to have more than just publishers' graphics to print their work. I think that works to everybody's benefit. You have different people, you got disaster control, so I think what we'll see in the coming days is that publishers with the new means of being able to take in orders and do things that they will assess because of dollars and cents one day is what's the real benefit of having an Amazon when you have the infrastructure to be able to take in an order, not have these deep discounts and send it off to other printers. Maybe that comes to where you have a lot of different print modules out there that we have a triangle effect that when we get in an order, we ship the closest destination to be able to save on freight. I think publishers one day will do that. to be able to get to their zero model, me personally.
There are certain titles that our customers do have, zero inventory for. An order comes in, we'll print it and bind it, ship it in the same day. It just depends on, where the title is in its volume as far as how much it moves a year. It is still, generally speaking, less expensive if you know you're going to be selling, 1,000 books a year, to do that in a longer run than one. One is effective if you're going to be doing, not very many a year, but if you're going to be doing thousands and you're pretty confident, then it still makes sense to do longer runs. And the way we're set up for that is, if we're doing the fulfillment and distribution for a customer, we have inventory minimums set up to where, a stock, when an order gets down out of stock or gets low into the, minimum setup, will automatically re-trigger an order, and it can either be approved by the customer or they can have it on automatic replenishment. Just depends on what they want to do. And so, you can have minimal inventory for sure for the longer run stuff, and no inventory for the ultra short run.
I think what's happening, the trend is that the IT part of it is very important, because what you want to do is to be able to have the customer order electronically, go through your system, send it to the press, output it on the back end, and the only people who are touching it are the people in the bindery packing it up and shipping it out the door. So that's where I think the efficiency is going to really roll out. But I agree with these gentlemen, is that no one's going to put all their eggs in one basket. And if there's people out there thinking about buying an inkjet press, I think you need an enabling account to do so. It's not something, let me try this today, or partner with a printer like he has to, and we have as well, to try it and see how your customer's liking this, and as you get into it, it lets you take it to the next step to be able to buy some of these pieces of equipment on your own.